We're gonna try and fire it up and then go, well,
see if we can get it in gear.
See if we can get it in gear and
gently and quietly.
Gently and quietly without grinding.
Kind of take two on it.
Yep. And plus now we got the vacuum sensor installed and a new oil pressure sensor. So.
Belt on? Did you put the belt on?
Yeah. You can go double check.
Belt appears to be on. You got it in neutral?
Yep.
Over hill.
I'm definitely gonna need to adjust that throttle, the gas pedal.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Your warning lights you put on were...
Yeah, well, obviously it wasn't the sensor that was malfunctioning. I don't know. Go to the race pack. Oh, my computer died.
Are you serious?
Okay. I gotta go get the charger.
What happened?
Computer died. We're gonna put a 7AL3 in there with chips.
Yep.
I'm getting tired of this.
Turbo 350.
I'm getting tired of these stupid computers.
We'll do that. We'll put a turbo 350.
A turbo 350. I mean, it got carburetors. I mean, it's all. You know, back in the day, they didn't have no laptop.
Dinosaur technology.
Back in the day, they didn't have any of this riffraff that if it goes dead, then they just had like these little. Actually, I could show you one.
My thing is like that still.
But it's fine. Just as long as your camera's clean. This was the adjustment. No laptop needed. Just chips.
Like Ponch and John.
Yeah, you know, 6200, 6000, 6400, 6000. It's a whole, yeah. Honestly, it's way better. It doesn't require some riffraff.
Yeah, like 6AL Steve.
Yeah, 6AL Steve.
He has it easy. He just puts a chip in.
Yeah, he just puts a chip in there. So you know, if we get the best
instead of having
chip-related MSD box,
instead of having a dead laptop.
Yeah, and then all the Hollies and the Fuel Techs and the fancy, you know, even the MSD grids.
We could do a shameless plug here right here, though. If you actually wanted to have that kind of ignition.
If you actually wanted to have that virtual speed performance, or if you wanted an ignition with chips, we got you covered too. With 6ALs and used.
Two 7ALs in stock.
Yeah, we do have two 7ALs in stock and some 2 steps and 3 steps. Some little modules. Those are
not like the country dancing either.
No, I mean I can't even do the 2-step. I can't even.
And you have been to a country bar with your other half.
I have one time. Didn't care for it.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
Did you take the country cowboy truck over there? Did you take her little Honda?
A little Honda. A little Honda's better on gas. Back to doing the same thing I was doing, seeing if it's, I mean, it's something in the computer or something in the race pack or the dash or something, or the sensor, right? The motor's not going to read negative, you know, oil pressure. I mean, it flashes to 80 pounds of oil pressure.
I think the motor is carrying 80 pounds of oil pressure.
Yeah, I think it's something in the system, the race pack setup. normally what I've read and what I've watched on the YouTube and some Facebook stuff is everybody said basically put it in drive here. You want to double tap the trans brake because it'll slow it down in the transmission and basically like lock it up almost to where it's easier to put it into, you know, first, where right now it's not that easy. And figured out, and when I go to press the trans brake, the car just rolls through, and it's like there's not even a trans brake. Well, me and my dad, we just tested all of the power line, all the wiring to see if it was even getting power down the trans brake, and it is. But we figured out that we don't have enough pressure running to the trans brake. So this is kind of just a bottle that I threw in here to, you know, test the pods and everything, make sure that they worked and everything. Yeah. Online on a couple forums, people are saying anywhere from 200 to 250 pounds of PSI at the trans brake, because this isn't like the trans brake on this setup is air related, and it's not like what it would be on like a glide. So this entire transmission setup is all pretty much air. You know, it needs air to be used. And I looked on the gauge here, which I have the bottle ran through, and we only have about 110 pounds of pressure, which it's not nearly enough to what we need. We need about 200 to 250. And this gauge actually, it's a nice Denbury gauge, but it doesn't go up that high.
It's meant for just running an air shifter.
Yeah.
It needs 250 pounds to hold that thing in to
yep.
And trans brake to be engaged.
Yeah. So
we're not getting that, is what you're kind of thinking.
Yeah. So like, and this bottle was just a bottle that we threw in there to make sure some of the stuff works. And unfortunately, this gauge only goes up to 160. But the Camaro, it has another gauge that goes up to like 250, 300 PSI.
Bigger valve possibly.
Yeah. So
that was running this transmission.
Yeah.
So you're going to switch them out. Give it a try now and see what happens.
Oh,
that sounded right.
There it is.
That sounded right.
After like an hour of trial and error, we got it. Maybe. So we'll see. All right, Sally, be a good girl. Cover your ears, Daisy. Bottle on, yep. Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't want to. I'm like, we got it. I love it.
But tell us what you did.
Well, I double tapped the trans brake.
How did you correct the problem?
So this was definitely a.
There's the culprit.
So
sort of, kind of.
So I've never plumbed this up, and I was just going off also kind of this Mac valve setup, how it was on the precision shifter. I had a pneumatic line go as on this bottom one. Yeah, so I don't think it was regulating the pressure to the trans brake because I didn't have it on the correct side of the regulator for the most part. Because now I have because I had it teed. I had the trans brake line for the air teed off right here, and basically I just I just took this out and ran the trans brake line straight to the regulator on the bottom of it. So I feel like it's getting the correct pressure now, you know, so. I'm just happy that I was able to put it in and out of gear without it. I mean, honestly, it was super easy once I was able to double tap the trans brake. So, hell yeah.